Hey YouTube, it's your boy Melee all day, coming back at you with another video. Yes, we still on this coward's neck. Hassan Campbell, aka Hypocrite Jones, aka Vagina all day. This dude is a buffoon. He got buffoonic plague, and I'm just gonna let y'all see it in its rarest form. Without further ado, I'm gonna break some more down of this food.
All right, check it, right?
Check it.
First off, let me make something clear.
Make it clear.
To a lot of y'all cats, right?
Make it clear.
Real clear.
Real clear.
For one, Hassan Campbell is not a real nigga.
Nope.
Hassan Campbell is not a goon. I'm not a goblin. I'm not all of those titles. I'm not a gangbanger, right? I elevated from that ignorance. I graduated from the school of ignorance. Those titles do not represent me. So as far as you cats telling me what to say on my platform and what you consider dry snitching, half you cats out there need to go to jail ASAP. The police need to hurry up and come lock y'all up so the regular civilians.
All right, so it plugs it in. Perfect. We'll start the car. I need a tap to begin this.
Could go back to living life in peace. The streets have been hijacked by ignorance. And you ignorant old heads misleading them young boys. Now let me make something clear to you.
Make it clear.
If you are 25 years old, 25 years old and up, you are an old head. You ain't a young boy. Stop living a second childhood. It's time to mature and act your age, right? Let me make that.
Mature. Act your age. Grow up. That's what the man said. Act your age and grow up. Now let's watch him spin the tale of how he wants all the love for what he's done, who he was.
While a lot of y'all cats was being preserved, because I'll tell you right now, see, the penitentiary, prison kept a lot of dudes alive, kept them safe. While a lot of y'all cats was tucked away safe in yourselves, being Bing monsters, I had to survive in the streets in the 90s, the 80s and the 90s. And when dudes be sitting up there talking about, I'm outside. See, in my early days, when I had to survive the 80s and the late 80s and 90s in those streets.
In the late 80s, you was 12 years old, bruh. You was 15 years old, bruh. In the late 80s. And we all know what you was doing when you was 15 years old in the late 80s. We know what you was doing when you was 15 years old in the late 80s. You was getting your snot box rocked by Bam's pelvic bone.
Everybody goes outside. So when dudes be like, I'm out, everybody's outside. But when I was outside, I was outside being raised, shaped and molded by legends in the game. I came up under B.O.
Did you?
Legendary, one of the most legendary names in New York.
Homo thug.
Still, even though B.O.
without a headstone
got murdered in these streets in cold blood,
you
still don't hear niggas speaking his name like that.
You once said he was in Bam's black book. You said Bam's roommate was giving him sloppy toppy. You said that, didn't you? Now, didn't he say grow up?
I came up with B.O., raised with B.O.
Glorifying it.
I was there, little boy.
What did you do great?
Right in the background.
Yeah.
For a lot of things. I seen a lot.
Didn't you just say
I did a lot.
grow up?
What
Quit
you
trying
think?
to relive a
Like-
second childhood? More hypocrisy. More bullshit out this fool. Because that's all it is bullshit. Uh-huh. That's all it is. Where's the next one? No, that ain't it.
This is a switch bike. This is a switch bike.
No, that ain't it.
Let me show y'all what I came up in here to get, but this is not what I'm leaving with.
That ain't it. I'll give it to you. I want y'all to see this. This is what he calls giving back. Here we go. This is what he calls giving back.
TV now, we on TV, right? I mean, at the end of the day, I get boring. I don't be having no company on TV. Now I got some company on TV. It is what it is. Like, everything ain't for TV, but at the same time, man, we out here.
Watch this goofy shit.
Side to my third side, bro.
Say one in the spot don't make.
Now, dude in the black hat is the type of dude you don't want in your entourage. Throwing up gang signs, talking about the latest New York rapper. He's already coming out wrong. This is why New York rappers ain't making no traction, because they not making it about the music. Ray Gut, Jiggy Lifestyle, he's making music. Coney Brooks making music. Real music. But they ain't getting on because everybody want to be a gangster. Everybody want to be dead by 25. Everybody wants to glorify the dude in prison who gets on a camera and talks about murder. Look at Hassan. First off, he's drunk with his 1990 do-rag on. But watch what he's condoning, man. This is what he said he's not about. And he calls this giving back. I want y'all to watch this. For educational purposes.
Dummy. You see juice, bro. Glock money in the back. Glock money in the back.
Glock money. Glock money.
We outside, bro. What's up, man? What's on your mind, man? I got a lot on my mind, man. But what's good, though? Who we got up in the house? We got Zay Money up in the house. How this young boy in the Bronx, you know that?
Look at Hassan. He drunk.
Shout out K Flocka. Shout out Sim Money. Shout out Kyle Money. You already know what's going on. We out here.
Okay, now when you got the brims, you got what's that? Trey Way. Everybody's a money now. You know what I mean? Everybody's throwing this in their name, throwing their gang in their name. Real quick, man. Just look at Hassan, man. Look at him. This ain't your crowd, bro. These ain't your people. These is young men. You ain't running the streets with them. You ain't doing nothing with them. These dudes is being goofballs, man. And this is who you bring on. The hottest New York rapper. I ain't never heard of him. So how can he be New York's hottest? You got to be the hottest if people outside of New York know about you.
AP is up. Don't play about, bro. You know that?
This is goofy shit, man.
What's up, Howard? What up, though? What block we repping, huh?
What block we repping?
Prospect.
You see what I'm saying? He's just telling everybody, grow up. You're not a goon. You're not a thug. You're not hard. You're not a real nigga. And as soon as you get around, brothers, what block we repping?
Right, you know that. Prospect and Katona, man. Third side. Just dropped from the gates. Go get that, you heard? They want it from the gates. EP just dropped. Hey. 7 songs. Everything viral. You going up. Hey.
Look at this goofy ass dude, man.
Got Connor with me. Hank's my old head, man.
My old head. He ain't got a gray hair. Can't even grow a beard. This is what old heads is now, because brothers ain't making it to 45. This is an old head, 30 years old, goofy, immature, and ain't about nothing positive. Nothing positive, man. We ain't going nowhere with this, man. Many have tried, but more have died with the bullshit, man. You the coolest brother, huh? Ain't money. Man, you going to jail, bro. You going to jail if you don't go to cemetery first. And that's sad, man. This is goofy shit. But Hassan says this is giving back. Watch.
Let me ask you something, man. Wait, what's your plan? How, like, you know, I feel like personally, man, New York ain't getting the respect that we deserve.
Now watch dude's answer.
Music industry, like, how you plan on bringing it back?
Listen, I'm planning on going viral, turning up all year, make sure my niggas is on. Then we're gonna go viral like that. Word. Everybody in the Bronx is doing good right now.
Fine.
All the Bronx niggas is doing good. Shout out all the niggas working in the Bronx.
K-Fly,
going viral.
Doug Fly.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
You already know, bro.
They said, how you gonna bring the New York back on the music scene? Man, I'm gonna go viral. All my niggas is good. We all good. Niggas in the Bronx is working. Like, what the fuck, man? Hassan, this is what you bring into your platform? This is what you associated with? This is buffoonery, man. Buffoonic plague, man. Y'all all have the BP, man. This ain't going nowhere, man. You're not doing nothing for these brothers, man. You should have told the other two, hit the road. I'm going to talk about this brother's music. I'm going to play some couple bars. I'm going to let him drop some bars. When they go up in on Funk Flex on 97, they don't do this goofy shit. But you call this giving back. Look at this, Hassan. This is a grown man. 300,000 plus viewership. And this is what he gives to people.
Brody, man, shout out to Gay. Shout out my nigga
Simona. No love.
TV Wig.
This is goofy, man.
I'm hearing that I'm hearing rumors about you being, you might be top 5 in the Bronx right now, huh?
Facts. That's an old fact. Young legend, man.
Shout out B Love, shout out KK. You know that shit.
Shouting out gang members.
Shout out my nigga Yacht the Op, man. Suno,
Yacht, what up?
SPL, Viral, you know.
Raw Suno, you know the vibes.
Shout out SPL,
SPL the movement, y'all know that shit. So what's good?
Real Bronx shit.
What's good? What's good with this Bronx movement, or this 83rd movement? I should say it ain't just the whole Bronx; it's the 83rd, right? That's what it's about, right?
That's my brother shit. RP Marky, man. That was his shit. That was his clothing line. You know, we just ran with it. That's clothing, straight business. Everything is business, non gang affiliated. We just trying to better ourselves and get money, man. Facts. Doing all that extra shit.
And what's the name of the clothing line?
83 Baby Appeal.
83 Baby Everything. Yeah. You know that shit?
Get this goofy dude out of here, man.
83 Baby for the Instagram. Appeal. All that. RP King Scorer. You know
See, this is what you don't need on your teams, money. Make it about the music. This nigga on your left wants to be a star. He's going to be a problem. He's going to get you in trouble. He's going to count. He's going to pocket watch you. And he's going to talk you into doing some bullshit to benefit him. Shouting out everybody. Niggas dancing in the videos. This is what he's doing. This is what Suge was talking about. This is what you don't need, man. New York brothers, man. Why do y'all do this, man? Y'all will let a motherfucker tear down what you built. Look at Hassan, man. Watch what he say, y'all.
Shit. Rest in peace, Marky. You know that shit. We bribing. So what's good? So I mean, tell me something about yourself, man. Let the people know. I mean, I'm hearing people already know who you is. People already know who you are, but let them know for the people that don't know who you are, who you is.
Man, same money from the gates. You know the vibes. Everything viral.
What's up?
Okay. But listen, we focus on money and we focus on bettering ourselves, man. We trying to get rich out here. We ain't worried about all the bullshit. I don't know what the politics be about. Listen, we getting money, you heard.
That's it.
Let me tell you.
He tell us nothing about himself. Listen to his song.
Let me talk to y'all for a minute, right? Let me talk to y'all, right? So when y'all sit up there and say, what is Hassan Campbell doing for the youth, right? What we doing right here? We building, right?
What are you building?
Tapping in.
Because the reality of it is everything.
Everything, nigga.
Everything ain't on TV.
Shut up, nigga.
But since y'all want us to put everything on TV, now we on TV, right? I mean, at the end of the day, I get boring. I don't be having no company on TV. Now I got some company on TV, huh? It is what it is. Like everything ain't for TV, but at the same time, man, we out here building. We out here, politicking about the next move. We out here trying to figure out how to get that land back that was stolen from us.
Real.
We planting seeds.
This shit is
and
goofy.
those seeds that we plant and we watering those seeds, we trying to figure out. We ain't just out here trying to get no bread. We ain't just out here trying to get money. We trying to get the land back. We trying to buy the land back that was stolen from us.
He's talking stupid.
That's
He's
the
drunk.
nice way to put it.
He's drunk.
We trying to buy the land back that was stolen from us. We ain't out here just getting bread. We trying to figure out how to be
Smoke your weed now.
Do it for our last name.
Man.
Listen, let me tell you something, man.
Listen to this
On
clown.
the third side, boy. Anybody that's opposition to us, y'all niggas already know the vibes, boy. I'm not on no friendly. I'm not trying to be friends with y'all niggas. I'm not trying to do nothing with y'all niggas. Y'all niggas already know me, nigga. My name Connor, nigga. I go by the 5 God, nigga, but my name Connor. Y'all niggas already know what it is, nigga. Yeah, you know that shit, my nigga. Yeah.
Man, you trying to make sure everybody know you a killer, right?
Nah, don't
Man, this is goofy shit, man. And this is what Hassan is associating himself with, man. Goofy shit, man. Goofy shit. It's what he does, man. And it never stops, man. It never stops. So let me go ahead and pull up the video I want you to see. What he said he was doing when he was 15. Shouts out to Queen's Flip, man.
I'm the NJM Norwalk. I know. Okay, what if I was the policy penguin? Keep swimming, buddy.
I was interested in cool sculpting elite because I have this little problem area. I wouldn't call it so much as a problem as a slight.
I apologize, Lord of Lux. I heard in the Bronx River was family. I don't know what's up with y'all tough niggas. Y'all don't like talk. I like details, nigga. I'm like the police, not a rat. I want every single thing. I walked outside, I saw him. Hey, man, what's up? That's the type of shit.
You know what it is?
You paraphrase.
Listen, you know what it is? It's kind
and you
of
have
hard.
a good memory.
It's kind of hard to give you details on people that was there your whole life.
Okay, so all right, so he was always
he been there my whole life.
Okay, got it. Now, when did you go? When did you have a one-on-one with him? That's what I mean. Like, when did you? Okay, you part of the Zulu, so you a young Zulu. When did it first happen between you and Bam?
All right, one of the first times that first happened. I can't really tell you around when the first time happened because, like I said, a lot of the times, a lot of the situation, it just
is it blurry?
It's like you don't even some things you
Lying.
just basically forget completely,
okay.
And then certain things that trigger it and where it come out. But what I could do for you is I can break down, like for example, I can give you examples. There was a time where it was me, my brother that got life in jail, and another one of my brothers. Mm-hmm. We was all in the apartment in Bronx River, and there was an episode that came on a Different Strokes where Arnold.
What show is that?
Arnold and Dudley. Different Strokes.
That's the white shit?
No, the black joint with Different Strokes. Got the white dude, Mr. Drummond. You got Arnold, which is what's his real name? Yeah, y'all don't know who the fuck that is? Arnold and Dudley.
Yeah, I'll Google it real quick, man. It's been
Gary
a long time,
Coleman,
man.
So anyway, in the episode.
Oh boy, this dude.
They was in the store.
We was talking about Willis. There we go.
Yeah, we
I
talking about.
thought it was that, but I wasn't sure.
Oh, yeah.
So now he was in the store in the basement. Molested. Everybody went to jail for murder.
But let me ask you a question. Before you went in the room, did you tell him you've been molested before? Did you confide in him?
No, I didn't tell him that.
Okay, good.
I mean, first of all, you're dealing with the mind of a fragile, broken child. You see what I'm saying? You may have. Sometimes you might find an 18-year-old that's not mentally mature.
Right.
Then you might find somebody that's 15 that's mentally mature. Everybody's not the same. So he was dealing with somebody that he knew was already broken. But then you got to understand, too, you're dealing with a dude that's big as hell, a dude that got an army behind him, and a dude that was a master manipulator, because this same dude got every gangster from the community and got away with it and is still walking around. And to this day, so when you asking questions, ask yourself a question, because everybody that heard all the proof also knows that, like, for example, I seen Red Pill. Red Pill was talking, and he was like, yo, I ran into a few people that I know in restaurants that admitted that he got them too, that ain't gonna come forward. So everybody knows somebody that he got.
So the black
see, you trying to make it sound like
yo, look, these niggas did
what
it.
he did wasn't nothing wrong because he did everybody.
See, Ben was strong, but some people, like certain things, you couldn't do.
Whoa, slow down, Pop. Slow down with that, man.
Listen to
Don't point it to my direction, nigga. Talk about somebody else. Please.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Talk about the hypothetical.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Come on, Pop.
1 out of 3 children.
Damn.
1 out of 3 children is molested.
He's making this up.
So now, 1 out of 3 females in your family got touched and they ain't information is public knowledge. What he did to her, me really got this much room to walk past his bed. His room is small, his bed is big. Why was he in your room? He stabbed you in your bedroom. What was he doing in your bedroom? But what Bam answer was, he was saying that that I know in restaurants that admitted that he got them too, that ain't gonna come forward.
I want to play when he said how old he was.
He wasn't there. It's just that simple. He wasn't there. It was
nigga, I like details. Nigga, damn. Why you gonna get mad at me? I know
you're so angry. Do you know what it's like for a young female to decide that she's never going to be with a man? At the end of the day, some of them realize he has an army. He still has an army. And when you get caught up in the party, 2 or 3 deep, you're going to run across some of those Zulus. They might look like old timers to you, but I guarantee you, they'll whoop your ass so bad, it'll be embarrassing, especially if somebody rolling the camera. They nasty with their hands.
You said that, but let me back up a little bit. So you saying that you're supposed to kill police and end up getting killed? That's it. Put your life on the line.
I'm saying, if you came across me and I came across you, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got your hammer, I got my hammer, right?
It's going to go down. Facts.
It's going to go down, right?
Facts.
So now, I'm going to lay you down, but you got a hammer. But when that white man rolled up on you,
facts,
and he decided that, see, in jail, sometimes jail is easy for some niggas because they mind their business and they quiet, and then they get heard and they be pussy, they get punked their whole bid. And then some dudes, you go through pure hell. Even some of the niggas that get busy, you know why? Because you get busy and I get busy. And the first thing a motherfucker gonna look at you and say, all right, he pussy, I'm gonna test him. Until you show him. Then another motherfucker might feel like, I don't know this nigga, I'm gonna test you. This is what happens. Some dudes don't give a fuck whether you get busy or not. They're gonna test you. But when that white man come, it's not a problem. You'll be in jail, that same white man to sit up there while you bending over and stick his foot in the crack of your ass, and you accept that. But if an inmate do it, you're gonna shank him up.
So you're supposed to fight the correction officer and get more time.
Listen, let me tell you something.
That makes sense.
Listen, let me explain something. Let me explain something to you.
You basically saying that you basically saying that. So if
what I'm saying is,
if a nigga shoot police, he gonna get killed.
What I'm saying is, if you can give a police officer a pass,
you should be able to give somebody else.
You should be able to give your black brother a pass. Like, yo, it ain't even worth it.
I see what you're saying. But
you know what I'm saying?
But say that.
But hold up. But what did he snitch on? Elijah Muhammad being a pedophile? Why do you think at this point in time with Bambaataa, he's giving the Zulu Nation a gag order to be? You asked me how many times it happened. Ask me how many little boys he touched.
He don't want to answer how many times it happened.
But Bam tried to throw us out there as agents. Talk about this COINTELPRO. They trying to take us down. You seen the video? I don't know if you seen the video. It's gonna be a war. It's gonna people that's gonna the clown shot. He's supposed to. He's despicable. He's supposed to be from the Black Panthers. And that's what he say. I'm an original member from the Black Panther. Nigga, you despicable. You lied for a faggot. I ain't never seen him get no head from Bam, but you had to.
Why you say you had to?
Because you already know that he's a pedophile. Because the dudes that had the meeting with me at that meeting already told you he admitted to it.
But Pop, even though he was doing the stuff that you still felt loyalty and allegiance to him, so that's why people may look at it like, yo, Pop, come on, my nigga, you was ready to kill homie that he that Bam Paul had his paws in his mouth. You know, I don't like, you know.
Listen, you gotta understand something.
But you gotta see people. But your credibility is solidified.
Listen, you gotta understand something. When you got people that think like that and act like that and talk, they're telling you that we all heard the rumors. That was nothing new. But now we seeing faces after me and B.
Fucked up. What's the nigga name then? Say his name.
And the first time, I'm sitting in Jerry's house, and you got all the tough guys, the old timers, the OGs in his house. So I walked through the door, and Jerry was like, all right, we just finished talking about Bam. Bam tried something with everybody in this room. What did he do to you?
Wow.
And everybody bust out laughing. I bust out laughing too, like, ha, 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 ha. We was watching the Mayweather fight that night, I think. And later on that night when I went home, like the shit hit me hard because I was like, damn, nigga got me. Now, everybody remembered that night. They remember that comment all of us laughing up in there, but it wasn't really that funny.
Right.
Everybody knew what time it was with him. Everybody knew. Everybody know. But to defend, some people feel like dudes don't want to hear dude that's older than me, like, you know what I mean? Dude that I would have said I would looked up to, strong dude. And then there was a dude in there that get busy. He seriously gets busy. He's a warrior, but he's younger than Bam, but older than me, probably by 10 years. See, it shows you the difference in decades. Like he got generations of us. So, and when it came to his picture of this specific dude, he put under this picture the littlest dick in the Zulu Nation.
Oh, gee.
And
you want the side effect?
And
what the fuck is wrong with you, G? What? It's quiet for him. Star said it, nigga. Star said it. That's where I heard it from, to be honest. Star, my big homie, but that's what I heard. I just want to say it.
I heard.
It's on the shows he said it. That, you know, Malcolm X was...
Well, you know, if that's what they wanted to call him or whatever the case may be, I guess he was a good rat then.
Okay.
Because anytime you protecting the children, if that's what, if that's them, depending on how he came out, he fumbled because he knew he was at war with his own family and he knew it was going to turn out. You're not going to make me out to look like a liar. But what he did was he let the Zulus call me an agent while he sat in the background and didn't do no interviews, didn't say nothing. And when he did speak, he only spoke on Ron Savage. Bronx River, same place as Bambaataa.
BX.
Bronx.
Do you remember the fruit? At all?
No such thing as a black man.
So you're not going to... So you be...
In Africa, the word get fired. Never mind.
Get it, y'all.
You know, anything else about him going to jail, because which they should, all the drug dealers, the kingpins, time cuts. So now, they then had to turn around and take a cold shower. And from that day forth, I was a slave.
But time out, you're not answering my question. So
I'm gonna answer your question.
For the bucket, I don't agree with that.
What I'm saying is, if you call yourself a real nigga, right? You a gangster.
Yeah,
like Larry Davis. How many police officers he shot?
The nigga that got the shot in the apartment of
in the Bronx. Larry Davis.
I don't know how much he shot.
Understand something. When you sit back and you analyze, and I'm not telling nobody to go out and kill no police.
That's what it sounds like.
No, what I'm saying is, let me make it clear to you.
Please.
When you decide that you that McGilla gorilla killer ass nigga,
okay,
you killing everybody in your community.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, Pistol Pete. Pistol dropped bodies. You knew when the police caught you, you was never coming home. You knew that. So when they lock you up,
You talking about the Sex Money Pistol?
Sex Money Murder,
Okay,
Pistol
yeah.
Pete. Shout out to Pete. When the police caught him, he had a gun on his waist. 2 police officers locked you up, put you in jail for the rest of your life, never to see your children again. Any gangster that came towards them niggas, they was doing their thing. It was lights out. But you see me, it ain't no. Listen. That's just like for me. This is my perception.
All right, but can I say something, please?
Yeah, but I gotta make it clear.
Go ahead.
When you decide that you want to kill
Yes.
another black man in the community,
Okay.
and take that father away from his son,
Got it.
that's a black man.
Mhm.
And then that white officer, because it's always the white officers that's locking your ass up.
Okay.
Because when you analyze upstate New York, Clinton, Darramora, Comstock, Caxsackie and all that, those communities.
Gosh.
So let me get a little deep for you. Those
Nah,
communities.
you're getting a little aggressive with me. I'm about to take this down.
Those. Hold on. His own little coat, and in his coat, he would have the man sleep over here, the women sleep over there, and the children sleep over there. He divided. In order for the man to sleep in the same room or sleep with his wife for a night, you had to go out and hustle and make at least $100 a day, and then you could sleep with your wife.
Wow.
And then the children, you couldn't be with the children in his own sick ass coat. So this is just to give you a little bit of a mindset. Now, Dr. York is in jail doing life for molesting. This is what the district. What I do know is I've been hearing for the last 30 years that Dr. York was touching kids before he went to Atlanta when he was in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
So this rumor wasn't new. Even before he got locked up, the rumor was around already on Dr. York. Just like with Bam. This rumor wasn't new on Bam. Anytime you brought Bam name up, it was the whispering, but you would hear dudes whispering because if you said it too loud, you get your ass whooped.
So give us your background. Your name is Hassan Campbell. Where the name Poppy came from, first of all?
That started
because you learned Spanish.
When I was a child, yeah. From they calling me Papa Son and Poppy or whatever the case may be. That came from me being a young, from a baby. It's just a family name. You know what I mean? It was nothing special about that.
And you just carried the name on.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, now tell us about
before the whole Bambaataa story. Just tell us about you. Where you from?
Where you was born?
Bronx River Projects. I'm from Bronx River, same place as Bambaataa.
BX.
Bronx.
Do you remember the floor? Come on, I need details, my nigga.
The floor that I lived on.
Yeah, nigga, what apartment all that?
1455, like one of the strongest buildings in Bronx River. Matter of fact, 1455 was the building that had to stand alone in Bronx River. It was like we was exiled out of the projects. We had to fight every other building in the project. Wow. So it just was, I don't know. I could never understand that. But that's what made us strong coming out of that building.
So did you live with both parents or only your mom?
Just my mom's.
But now, what's your background, first of all? Like, what's your ethnic background?
I'm black. There ain't no such thing. I'm black.
Come on, stop.
I mean, listen, I'm not going to get up here and do the bullshit that dudes be doing. Oh, I'm Dominican, I'm West, I'm black.
All right, you're black.
I'm black. That's it. I'm black.
Come on, man.
You see what I'm saying? I'm black. All that other sucker shit that people do, I'm like,
why sucker shit, though?
Because you know what?
Explain. I don't know.
Because people, what you do is you try to take a back door.
Okay.
For one, they be on some shit like, oh, you got curly hair, so it must be because of the white in you or the Puerto Rican. Nigga, I'm black.
So you feel that Puerto Ricans and Dominicans are black also?
They're black. I know they are.
Why?
Puerto Rican and Dominican is not a race. And anytime you sit up there and you try to turn it into a race, you make yourself look like an uneducated fool.
Please explain to me. Because
if you're an accredited investor,
all I want to show y'all is what he was doing when he was 15 in the late 80s. We're going to get it.
What I learned recently from Star is choice, my nigga.
When it comes to law,
don't do that.
When it comes to law, black people are not respected because even when it comes to that, there's no such thing as a black man. So in law term, they don't accept that. Now, if you came to them and you said you were more, you're accepted. Even a Hebrew Israelite, you're accepted. But when you say you're a black man, the court system don't even respect you. You don't exist. Legally, by law, there's no such thing as a black man.
At all.
No such thing as a black man.
So you're not gonna. So you be.
And the word African American came from sloppy ass Jesse Jackson. So when you say you're African American, there's no.
Come on, wow. Come on, man. Wow. His son is with the jail, man. Come on, man.
I don't respect him.
You to give back to the community. A lot of people don't know that, but he did. It was online. It's still up there.
Let me explain something to you, man.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
We come from 400. Make a phone call. All you have to do is say, "Hey, I don't like how this went down. I didn't examine all the evidence in the case." He's fired.
So basically, you're saying that he didn't do nothing for our people when we got. What you say? You know.
It done got older. The youth is getting strong now. The youth is ignorant. I do realize the African American community is still suffering from slavery. Sitting up there like confused, and that officer telling me, bend down, open your ass cheeks, lift your nuts up, lift your feet up, put your fingers in your fucking mouth while I'm standing there butt ass naked and then had to turn around and take a cold shower. And from that day forth, I was a slave.
But time out, you're not answering my question. So
I'm gonna answer your question.
You're supposed to bucket the. I don't agree with that.
What I'm saying is, see me, it ain't no. Listen. That's just like for me. This is my perception. Might look like old timers to you, but I guarantee you,
saying that you basically saying that. So
what I'm saying is,
if a nigga shoot police, he gonna get killed.
It's a fucking rat.
Okay.
If somebody come in the community back in the days. For two, if he did press charges on Elijah Muhammad, see, and everybody else, just like Elijah Muhammad, everybody else for that. No. Why is it that R. Kelly's concert will still be fucking packed? Him out, and now I'm sitting in front of you right now after I bailed him out, and I'm advocating for him, and I'm slandering.
Right, I'm not.
Hold up, no.
I know Nikki. Nikki's my friend.
Him penetrating her, you got different clothes. Where his DNA is in the clothes and in her. You know, on top of the fact that now you married to her mother, you sicko.
Oh, I didn't know.
A teen pedophile, you die with the pedophile. I come from an era.
I can't hear that.
I come from an era, but it's real though. And if you don't raise your children to be aware about his business, and my mother would get into an argument because you high, you a dope fiend. She didn't want me around my father in that state.
So tell us about an average day with Poppy growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was you into? Sport?
And body came along. So when
what age?
I don't even remember. But she probably started molesting me like around the age of 6 or 7 years old. She started
molesting like just touching you and shit.
No, she was like straight rape, like straight. You know what I mean? But she's older than me by what 7 years, 6, 7 years. So anyway, with her, I could remember my situation because like when you go through traumas. A lot of the time,
6
your brain
years old,
blocks something
your
out.
dick don't get hard.
You'll forget a lot of stuff.
Come on,
dealing with this, a lot of things came back, but you'll forget a lot of stuff. You just block it out in your brain. So with her, the one thing I never forget was I was with this girl that was my age, and we was behind the curtains playing house.
Uh-huh.
And she comes in the house, pulls the curtains, catch us, tells my mother, "Now I'm getting my ass whipped with an extension cord." And I never could get over it because I'm like, yo, you taught me this. But you gonna tell on me?
So she was mad. You remember jealous that she was messing with my young?
She was trifling. It wasn't that she was jealous. She was trifling because the crazy part about her was she was older than me. She had me by some years.
Right.
So she was sleeping with the men that was her age. She was a whore.
You remember her name?
Yeah, I remember her name.
You seen her?
She in jail. I think she robbed somebody in the bank or some shit like that.
Oh,
She off the meat rack.
So she was the first one.
She was the first one.
What was the second one? What was the second time?
Well, that wasn't the second time because it was different people. Like as you go along, it was different people.
Wow.
And then the second one that molested me, that was a dude. But the only reason why I don't put him on blast, even though he's a family member, is because he was still at a younger age. You see what I'm saying? And I don't know or never heard of him ever doing any of this shit again. So when you have a window where somebody might be a few ages older than you or whatever the case, I say, all right, I won't chop your head off because, like I said, I don't know you to be doing what you're doing now.
Right.
You know what I mean? But Ben was clearly 20 years older than me. 20 plus years older than me doing what he was doing.
So Bam was like the third person that molested you? You would say?
About third or fourth.
It was a
about
girl,
third or fourth.
Then it was a family
It
member.
was about third or fourth. Then it was another actually a set of sisters that was older than me. I might have been like
everybody just molesting
no,
you.
exactly. I probably was about maybe 8, 9 years old.
Jeez,
and they was
man.
and I graduating high school. That's how it was like 17, 18. It was graduating
I
high
don't
school.
believe him.
So it was like, I don't know. It was like
when you say molesting though, it's like touching you?
No, they was actually trying to make me penetrate them, like full sex acts or whatever the case. So, it's like, and then when Bam came along, I was already broken in.
Hard.
Like, all right, so you went through this. Tell us how you met Bam. How you came across to the Zulu Nation.
Well, met Bam been in my whole life. I'm from Bronx River. He's from Bronx River. So
how you met him, Pop?
How I met him? He knew me since I was in Pampers.
Oh, you know your family.
He's from Bronx River. Yes, you got to understand something. Bronx River was a project where everybody damn near was like we know each other. Like in your building, whatever building you from, you can go in damn near any apartment, use the bathroom, run from the police, whatever the case may be. See, now it's a little bit different because a lot of people are gone, but Bronx River was Bronx River. Bronx River was like a superpower of New York.
So he knew your family. He knew you.
Yeah.
But when you was going through all these molestations or people touching you, you wasn't in contact with him. You just see him. You wasn't like, y'all spoke. Y'all still was on.
Say how old you was,
y'all was
man.
On talk, he'll talk to you.
Like Bam, you gotta understand something.
Like he was sitting outside. I saw a video where he was sitting outside.
First of all, you gotta understand something. The young boys, for some reason, and I guess we know the reason, was always a magnet. He was always like, it's like when you listen to Lord Sharif, because he's older than me, so he breaks down when they was going to high school how Bam used to go pick the little boys up from junior high school. He always had a fetish for little boys. And from what Pepsi had to say, she tells the story like somebody's supposed to be sympathetic. When Bam was young, around the same age I was or maybe younger, he got raped by 2 twins. So that's her way of saying this is why Bam is doing what he's doing, because he got...
Who's Pepsi?
Pepsi is one of I would say she's from the Black Spades, now Zulu. She's on the Zulu Council. She's one that you seen in the video that was making them step down. So she was pretty much breaking down that how Bam got raped by 2 dudes. And that's what messed him up. And have him the way that he is. I do understand sometimes that happened, but the reality of it is, if this is how you living and this is what you're doing in the community, whatever your excuses, you got to be put down. When a dog bite a child, you put him down.
Right.
That's the bottom line to it.
How old was you, Hassan?
You knew Bam. I'm trying to figure out the timeline. Like what I'm trying to figure out is like, all right, you know him. When did you want to join Zulu Nation? You gotta understand something. When you dealing with the Zulu Nation, it's like you sit up there watching UFC or WWF. You got the hood legends. Like we had legends in my hood. So of course, then on top of that, not just the legends, the music, like everything. It's not even so much if you wanted it. If you was in Bronx River, you didn't want to join the Zulu Nation. You was already Zulu. That's how that go. So even if you wasn't even like this is the birthplace, you was already Zulu. You just family. Bronx River was family. I don't know what's up with y'all tough niggas. Y'all don't like talk. I like details, nigga. I'm like.
And the dude in the store pulled out the Polaroid camera and started this book because you see every gangster nigga. I'm talking about killers.
Using websites that are accessible by means of accessibility or otherwise, it empowers us.
The man said he was 15 years old, between 15 and 18.
A dude that got an army behind him, and a dude that was a master manipulator, because this same dude got every gangster from the community and got away with it and is still walking around. And to this day, so when you asking questions, ask yourself a question, because everybody that heard all the proof also knows that, like, for example, I seen Red Pill. Red Pill was talking, and he was like, yo, I ran into a few people that I know in restaurants that admitted that he got them too, that ain't gonna come forward. So everybody knows somebody that he got.
So the Black Book was basically to woo you, like, yo, look, these niggas did it.
That's his trophy.
All right. Also telling you, like, nigga, you might be next. So
you see who I got here. Like he
Yeah, pretty much.
He's stronger than you. If I can get him, I can get you. So
pretty much. Then what he start doing, and see, you know what? A lot of shit I blinked out. But then after I put him on blast, I started remembering certain shit and certain people that was older than me, but still 10 years or 11 years younger than Bam, that Bam got. Now these dudes are of age. Bam had me sitting there watching him giving these older niggas oral sex. Dudes that I looked up to. And the funny part about it is, when you sit back and you tell the so-called gangsters that's supposed to be around, you tell them like, yo, this is what this nigga was doing, and he watched this during that time. Oh, well, here's the excuse. Well, he might have did that. He allowed that to happen because, he might have been behind on his rent. So now y'all went from being molested by this nigga to prostituting to the nigga. You see what I'm saying? This is the shit that I had to listen to. And so I'll give you an example. That's like, I'm gonna call a name out. One name out. I'm gonna call it. He a soldier too. He got locked up for shooting the police. He get busy. Tafiq, police sergeant on the concourse. Public information. He beat it. Public information. I'll give you a prime example. The dude that stabbed Bam up in his house after he got out the hospital. He didn't talk much in the hospital. That dealt with the kid. He was telling him, the dude tried to get me. You see what I'm saying? I never personally spoke to Shorty.
Okay.
But this is what he said. Now in the hospital, when I got to the hospital to see Bam, the first thing Saladin is another warrior. Saladin was like, yo, Poppy, you get involved in this, you going to hell. So now automatically everybody's assuming that Bam is back to his old bag of tricks. I mean, the day that I went to Bam's house and he gave me the picture of the young boy that stabbed him, I goes outside, Joe Poe and King Righteous, King Zulu, tells me, well, see, Joe Poe wasn't there at the time. It was separate times, but both of them sitting up there telling me Bam got locked up in Brazil. It was with him for raping a boy in Brazil.
How you got away? How you got out?
Because the politicians over there were Zulus. Zulu was big.
Gosh.
You got to understand something. You got Zulus all over to go to the hospital. He would probably have to answer. He knew. I felt like it was wrong, but these kids, they never asked no questions. But Bam tried to throw us out there as agents. Talk about this little girls is being molested. Proud. So when you're dealing with the to the point, it's like there's nothing that you can do to me to break me now. For me as a man to admit that a man touched me is like getting your dick sucked by a man don't make you gay. No, it does.
Thanks.
So when I deal with this topic now, coming out talking about their stories, people in the foster care system being molested, telling me their stories, it was like I had to be strong for everybody else. Now it's to the point it's like there's nothing that you can do to me to break me now. For me as a man to admit that a man touched me is like that is the ultimate nasty. It can't get no worse than that. That nowadays, I don't know. I don't come from the generation where everything you got to say pause or no homo. Right. Even though it was gay shit going on behind the scenes. Nowadays, you see on the internet dudes talking about, getting your dick sucked by a man don't make you gay. No, it does.
Yes, it does.
So when I deal with this topic now, and you see when MC Shan came to me, that's one of my idols. But the funny part about it is you would never be able to tell me back in the days that I would take MC Shan over KRS-One.
So wait, hold on. Come on, Pop, man, wait, man. I hate when you do this, my nigga. You jump, man. Slow down.
I'm sorry.
God,
I'm sorry.
So Bam, so when it was going on, when he did all that shit, between you and Bam, how many times it happened? Like touching you and doing all that weird shit.
It's like man, I can't give you a number. That's
okay. I mean, but it's years. Like a couple of.
You asked me how many times it happened. Ask me how many little boys he touched. How about that?
I'm gonna ask you that. Next. But I'm saying like it was. Yeah, I want to know a time frame. About like 3 years. It was going on. 2 years going on between you and.
I say probably about 2 or 3. Let's say 3.
All right, bet. And then
3
how many
years.
boys that you was aware that he touched?
Oh wow.
3
half
years.
the projects. Literally half the projects.
See, what
half
he's
of Bronx
doing?
River.
What he's doing is trying to make it not seem so bad because he got half the projects. See, I didn't know he got half the projects. He was taking care of me. He was like a father. I was already broken in. So when you say you was surviving the late 80s, early 90s, did you mean the streets? Or did you mean all this molesting?
Half of Bronxdale, half of fucking Soundview. Anybody that came through, like, you got to understand something. When you dealing with, let's say, for example, R. Kelly.
Bringing up all these other
You have
people.
a bunch of people they're telling you that we all heard the rumors. That was nothing. Then some people feel like you killing the hip-hop's legacy because hip-hop started in Bronx River.
No, it didn't.
And this is what some of them care more about than anything.
Melly
you're destroying the family. You're destroying the name. And then these same dudes will sit up there and tell you, well, what would you do if this was your son or your brother? Well, I would kill him. Oh, so it's okay because it was me. All right, I got you.
Hold on. Yo, if the camera died, go in the corner and use the GoPro for all of it. When it dies, you just get all of us at that angle and hold it straight. You know what to do.
Man, right? That you got to understand. Or people that's listening. You're going to have people that listen to this interview that's going to masturbate.
Yeah,
These are the best
Where you
cookies
get
I've
this
ever
shit
had.
from, man?
What's cooler than
To it. You got sickos.
Wow, come on.
Real, I'm just keeping it funky. Real dudes don't want to hear. What man that ain't gay want to hear details about what a man did with a boy? Like, I gave you enough to say, all right, that nigga nasty. But who really, like, inquiring minds want to know? The ones that really, want to know is the ones you really got to watch. Like, yo,
First of all, slow down, nigga. I'm asking you the question, nigga.
You doing what the people want you to do.
Pause, nigga.
You doing what the
slow down. That shit. Don't throw that. All
right, baby man.
Get him,
Fuck out of here, nigga. I'm from Queens for real, nigga.
Sounded like you on some baby band body shit.
Never, nigga. You muscle head ass nigga. Fuck you talking about? You old swole head ass nigga. Your head and your muscles the same size, nigga. You old MIB back in. Here comes the man in back. I don't want to know. I'm just saying, like.
Tell the truth.
Our fans that listen might want to know details. That's what we actually.
Listen,
I'm not asking for details. Like, I want to know if he.
Let me tell you something.
Did he go that far? You know what I'm saying? If he penetrating boys, or that's what
like I said, what he did to me, I guess he felt like, because he was to the point where he could have. But what he did to me, like he's like Ron Savage said, he thawed me. Because I guess he realized that he would have did damage if I'd have went home to my mom's like that. How could I hide that?
Right. I heard you say I was at the point where I wasn't gonna snitch on him or tell what happened. You probably made something up anyway. Oh, something happened.
I don't know what would have happened, but at the end of the day, I do know that's what he did, and he never did. You see what I'm saying?
I heard in a Star interview you was talking about nigga sizes and shit. Pause, nigga.
He got it.
In the book. Start. Hold on.
Now on some real shit. It's crazy because it's crazy.
You know what I'm talking about? Remember you said
it's crazy because in the book he got two dudes.
Black book from earlier.
Two dudes. One of them
reckless.
He put under the picture the biggest dick in the Zulu Nation.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And I knew who the dude was. Dude that's older than me, like, you know what I mean? Dude that I would have said I would looked up to, strong dude. And then there was a dude in there that get busy. He seriously gets busy. He's a warrior, but he's younger than Bam, but older than me, probably by 10 years. See, it shows you the difference in decades. Like he got generations of us. So, and when it came to his picture of this specific dude, he put under this picture the littlest dick in the Zulu Nation. And exposed it.
But he didn't expose it at first. He exposed it after he had some. So Malcolm X was an enabler initially, right?
Listen. Hold up. When he found out about it, he exposed it. I don't know the detail. Listen.
You don't know that.
But you know what you got to understand too? He got daughters. He got children.
That's true.
And right now, you might be disrespecting his legacy, and what you might be saying is not even fact.
Who?
You see what I'm saying? With Malcolm X.
Nigga, I don't. First of all, what I said earlier, nigga. I heard. I don't think. I respect. I watched the movie. I respect Denzel and I respect Malcolm X, nigga.
Let me ask you a question.
Don't try to flip the script on me,
when you
nigga.
talk to most people that come from that era, if you ask them if they had to choose, now, mind you, in age, I'm gonna take Bam out. If she rolled up on Bam in her wheelchair and went to hit Bam with a shotgun, you mean to tell me these dudes that was molested by him and know what he did to me, you gonna take my mother's life? And that's what I was faced with when I had that picture, and then the same day learned that he raped somebody in Brazil. I had to take a stand.
So you took a stand.
I took a stand, and that's where I'm at right now. So when people sitting up there say, oh, they must have wanted something, wanted what?
Why you don't like Brother Polite?
Why I don't like Brother Polite? For one, and they cut it too, to give you the and every time you turn around, they try to make him look like he broke and everything else. Let's keep it funky. Michael Jackson ain't have a woman in his life for years and years and years. Then he decided to get with Elvis Presley's daughter with the fake marriage, with the fake test tube kids that don't even look like him. He was black as shit as a child. Now all of a sudden you producing white children with white women. Like, I mean, I'm not even going there. The bottom line to it is he spent $20 million on one kid, $20 million on another kid, on so many kids he paid to be out of court. Some of them said, yeah, we lied because we wanted some money too. That happens sometimes. But the reality of it is, if I got to put up $20 million, that $20 million going to make sure you called me a rapist. You're lying on me. That $20 million is going to make sure your whole family die. You just called me a rapist, and I didn't rape. A person that didn't rape somebody, that's the worst thing you can say about them. It's going to make me angry. Right. That's how you know Bam Bada did what he did. Bam is in a position. He could have came out in the beginning and said, yo, they lying. Everybody would have believed them, depending on how he came out. He fumbled because he knew he was at war with his own family, and he knew it was going to turn up. You're not going to make me out to look like a liar. But what he did was he let the Zulus call me an agent while he sat in the background and didn't do no interviews, didn't say nothing. And when he did speak, he only spoke on Ron Savage. They never brought me up. And the news made sure on Fox 5, they made sure they didn't even bring my name up. What do that tell you? He know.
How old was you, man?
This is just real shit.
So half the niggas in the Zulu Bam done touched. That was like an initiation.
It wasn't an initiation. The nigga was nasty. Zulu Nation marching through Brooklyn Bridge. But yet, some of these same ones, I get into an argument with one of them because one of them sitting up argument with him. Now you got the Rob L1 dude. This is the one that
You prepared for the possible consequences that might come? I know you said back in the days, Zulu was.
When Bam decided
this nigga's hostile
to put me out there as an agent, or allow them to put me out there as an agent, he showed me the father figure that I thought he was in my sick ass mind.
That he wasn't.
He showed me that he was the manipulator. He broke. He ain't got the army behind him. Ain't nobody would have been talking to Suge like that. But no, look at Bam. Who's speaking out against Bam? Shout out to Lord Jamal. Shout out to MC Shan. Shout out to Professor Griff. But shout out, you know what I mean, to the people, to stars like he's the god of this shit right here.
The god.
He's the god of this because at the end of the day, he had the balls to do what nobody else would do. But it's every rapper. If you're gonna be out there dissing, let's say, this one could call this rapper over here bozo. You can run down on this rapper over here, but now we ain't gonna touch the Bam at Neverland. Right. It's facts.
All right, Pop, come on, my nigga.
You want the real? I'm giving you the real.
Give me real.
Yeah, we can't water this shit down. Let's be funky. Child molestation in our community is real. It's either we gonna man up and own up. She reached out to me. She reached out to Star and told me that they put it together. Mm-hmm. But I look at another flyer. The whole center went on interview. Mm-hmm. he says, Star asked him about her and the parent that leaves their 13-year-old around R. Kelly now, especially after Brother Jay, at least he came out, not like Bam, like dogs. Do you understand the allegations that she's saying? Hoping to hear. And I got to talk to Uncle Murder. Uncle Murder, that's never going to go away. Children right now that's being molested, whether it be in their own foster care system.
I found out somebody touched him. So this man, I respect him 100%. But give me your social media, please. You look crazy.
Hassan Campbell.
Use me, nigga. Use somebody else.
On some real shit.
You gonna laugh.
Listen.
I'm going to find it. I'll be back. Stay tuned. I'll be right back.